So we all are at the platform of the wire where we are here to win the dreams. So I welcome to all of you in this journey. And before starting, as we always start with some positive quotes, with some positive energy. And our today's quote says that always remember you are brave than you think, you believe, stronger than you think, and smarter than you think. Actually, whatever we just assume ourselves, we are always stronger than that. We are always brave than that. So please trust yourself and do study, do the hard work. And as always, I said, I always wants that all of you will be at the peace at one day. So let's start. And yeah, important announcement. As you know, let's take a quick review. As review means I'm just, what can I say? Just याद दिला रही हूँ आपको what is the exactly what that. So जैसे कि हम एक गेम खेलने जा रहे हैं, we are going to play the game. So you remember it, right? So what was our game? We have to win and how to win. Let's excited make this station the excited, make this all the journey as a fun and with a game. So that's why we are playing a game, and in that there are the points as you remember. And yes, of course, all of you are here. That means you are here. You have earned 500 points, so congrats for that. And you have to earn many more points to earn to win the prize. And as you know what are the prizes, so these are the point list, and you know what are the prizes: weekly prizes, monthly prizes, and quarterly prizes. So at least once everyone must win this game. So let's start now. Let's begin this game. That means let's begin their session. So what is our today's session? What topic is our today's? We are going to cover as percentage part number 3. We are going to see the percentage next part in today's session. So what will be our agenda? In that we will take a quick recap what we have seen in the previous one. Then we will go for the type number 5, the basics question formulas required for the type number 5. Then questions on the type number 5. Then similar for the type number 6, basic formula, and then questions on that. So this is how we will complete. At the end, we will take a quick summary. So what to take, how to take the recap as what we have seen in the previous session. As you know, what was the formula for the if I said x is a% less than b. What was that formula? If x is a% less than y, sorry, less than y, then y is what percent more than x? What was that formula for us? Y is equals to what percent more? That formula was the a divided by, if it is a less, then we take here 100 minus a, right? This percent a, if that percent whatever the value of that, if it is a less, then we take the minus. And what is the difference? If it is a more, or if it is a more, then our formula for the more is a divided by 100 plus a. This is percentage means of course into 100, that is okay. But what we have seen that if it is a less, then we take 100 minus a, and if it was a more, that means if this formula is used if the any person's two person's salary is compared, or if you think that the price of any groceries, or even to height of any two persons, or whatever, whether there are two elements and one is higher than another, one is less than another or more than another, then we use this type of formula which we have seen in the previous one. Now today in the next type, that is the type number 5, we will see here successive increase and decrease type of percentage. Okay, successive increase and decrease. So what is that successive increase and decrease is, what is the formulas? Let's see. The formula number 1 says that If an amount is first increased by A% and then increased by B%, then the total increase or total percent change in this amount, whenever what happens, sometimes suppose we goes to the price, suppose price of the petrol, sometimes it is increased by the 10% and next time it increased by the 20%. Then net amount, that means if initially whatever it was, after changing 2 times, what will be the net amount? What is the net exact now? What will be the current price of the petrol? You can find out like this. So what is that formula? If it is increased by the A% and then B%, then percent change, okay, total percent change, or we can say net percent change is equals to A plus B plus AB by 100. Okay, this is for the successive increase and decrease. Successive मतलब क्या? What is the mean by successive? That means just एक के बाद एक, it is a just we can say that successive means first इससे कर दिया, then next another like कर दिया, okay, एक करने के बाद तुरंत सेकंड चेंज कर दिया, इसका मतलब दैट इज सक्सेसिव चेंजेस, दैट इज अ सक्सेसिव इंक्रीज एंड डिक्रीज. So this is the best formula actually if it is an increase. Now this formula changes as per, suppose one time it is one time, suppose we are increasing by 10%, next time you are decreasing by 20%. It might happen. Sometimes initially you are decreasing 10%, then increasing 50%. That is also possible. Sometimes we can say that that price is decreased both the times. It is decreased by the A%, that means it is decreased by the 20% and then again decreased by the 30%. That means the formula is the same, but of course increasing is not the compulsory. Sometimes it is increase, decrease, decrease, increase, 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 decrease, decrease. Or it might be sometimes same, you are increasing by the same amount. This is what, there are too many changes, right? So what is this? The formula, base formula is the same. But only thing, whenever you decreased by anything percentage, then we gave this sign as a negative sign for the decrease. Okay, whenever you decreased, you will give the negative sign. So this was the first formula when for the increase and increase. Okay, this is the first formula for increase and increase. Now the next one, suppose they are saying that if a number is increased by A% and then decreased by B%, that means initially increased by A% increase and B%, A% increase and B% increase. Now what are they doing? Suppose A% increase and then B% decrease. So what will be the changes now here? This formula will get changed. How will it change? Let's see, percent change is equals to percent change, whether it is a percent increase or percent decrease, you will get to know by this sign. So what will be your percent change? As initially you are increasing by the A, so this A will become the positive, A will remain the positive here. Then you are decreasing by the B%. If you are decreasing, then you will give your sign minus B. Okay, minus B, this plus is the same here A, but this minus is a minus B here. Are you getting this point? This A is a A, but this B is a minus here because you are decreasing. Divide by 100. That means this formula becomes A minus B and this plus and there is a sign of minus. So formula becomes A minus B minus AB by 100. Are you getting this formula will changes every time writing in short here. A minus B minus AB by 100. This will be the change. Now let's see the third condition. Third condition is saying that if a number first decreased by A and then increased by B. Okay. Third condition is that suppose first decreased by A. I am writing here a decrease, and is this red marker visible? Yeah, it is visible, I think. And B% increased. Then what will the percent change? You can see here percent change is equals to this minus A because initially you are decreasing. So minus A plus B because you are increasing by the B%. This again, as I said here, plus and minus B becomes minus here. A, B divided by B. Why this minus? Because A was a negative here. Actually there is a plus, but the sign of A is a minus. So plus minus is becoming the minus. So this will be the formula for the percent increase and decreased and increased. Yeah. So up to these three formula is okay. Now let's see the next one where your doubts will get clear. Now the fourth condition is that if a number is decreased by A% and again decreased by B%. Okay. So for that, where can I write? Is it visible? Is this place? Yeah, I think it's visible. So fourth condition is that decreased by A% and again decreased by B%. At that time, what will be the formula here? Percent change is equals to minus A minus B. Here was a plus, and this minus A into minus B will become plus AB. Are you getting this point? This A into B divided by 100. To this A is also minus and B is also minus. Okay, wait. Into this B is also negative. So this will becomes minus A minus B plus AB by 100. This is your formula, minus A minus B plus AB by 100 for if decreased by the both. You don't have to remember all this formula. This I am telling only for the understanding purpose. You don't have to remember. If you know this one, then it's enough. Because as you know, if there is a decrease, you will give the negative sign on it. All things are the same. And the last one is that if a number is first increased by A% and then decreased by A% again. That means you are increasing and decreasing by the same percentage. What happens at that time? Can I write it here? Which place is visible here? How can I show? Okay, wait, let's see. Is it visible or not? Yeah, I think it's visible. So percent, what I'm saying that A% increase and A% decrease. That means you are increasing and decreasing by the same percentage. What will happen at that time? Percent change is equals to, first you are increasing by the A, that means plus A. Then you are decreasing by the A again, that means minus A. This plus minus here, minus becomes AB by, A, and instead of B there is again A, right? So A into A by 100. So this A will get cancelled, and that amount will be always equals to minus A square by 100. Minus A means what? That means at that time always there is a percentage decrease, and what amount is a percent decrease? That is a minus A square by 100 decreased. Got this? No negative for squares as no negative, but this negative means it is a decreased. You can either show by the negative or that means it is a negative, decreasing. Okay, that negative sign is not for the square, that negative sign is for the decreasing amount. Now, okay with all those formula, and you don't have to remember all those formula, you just have to remember these both one, first and fifth one. Why fifth one? Because this will save your time in many questions. And first one, for this one you can, yes, suppose while writing you can solve as that means in the mind you will think yes it is a negative, so let's keep it a negative. So you don't have to remember, instead of just mug up, just understand the concepts and you can write it as yours. Okay. So can we go for the questions now? Let's go for the questions. Depend on this question. So first question is here in front of you. So can you try this one? What are they saying? A salary of a person first increased by 20% and then it is decreased by 20%. Then percent change in its salary. That means they are increasing and again decreasing by the same percentage. This A means again they are increasing by the 20%, again decreasing by the 20%. Whenever it is an increase and decrease by the same percent, it is always negative, as we have seen in this formula. That means always decrease. So for this question, decrease is confirmed. Now decrease by what percent? Can you solve this? A square by 100. Here A's value is a 20. 20 square is equals to 400. 400 by 100 will be 4. That means 4% decreased. You can solve this question orally too. Okay, I will show the solution. Don't worry. But of course, as if you know these concepts, then you can solve it orally. So let's solve this now. So what will be the answer here? First increase by 20% and then decrease by 20%. That means it is increase and decrease by the same percent. For this, the formula is percent change is equals to minus, that means decrease. So instead of minus, I will directly write down decrease by A square by 100. So what is the value here? A square, that is the 420 square, which is equals to 400 by 100. This is only for understanding purpose, as you should know this is too much easy. You not have to rewrite these all things in the exam. Okay, you don't have to write this all these things exams. You just have to directly write down like this. So this will be a square by 100, and it is always decreased. Decrease because it is in the negative. Yeah, we have seen that it is in the negative. Whenever this sign is a negative, that means it is a decrease. They might ask this type of question in the TSNET, even they haven't asked, but they're at the chances. As these questions are easy, so they might ask these questions. Okay, now let's see the question number 2. So let's solve together now. What are they saying? When the price of an article was reduced by 20%, that means initially it is a reduced, so minus 20. Its sale increased by 80%, that means plus 80. As you know, minus and plus, so in the middle there will be sign of minus 20 into 80 by 100. So what will this 80 minus 20? Minus 20 plus 80. That means it will become 60 minus this 2020 is cancelled. 2 8s are 16. So it will become 44%. And you are getting the sign as a positive. That means 44% increased. Okay, percent change will be 44% increase because you are getting the sign as a positive. You are not getting the sign negative. Because here 80 has a positive sign, larger number sign. Whenever there is a plus and minus, what we do the subtraction and give the sign of the larger number. Where 80 is a larger here, so 80 sign is a positive. So answer would be plus 44. That means 44% increase. Okay, everyone is clear with this? So now let's go to the next question again. The question number 3 is in front of you. Now let's solve together. Okay, now we will solve it together. What are they saying? That the cost of an article with 100 rupees is increased by 10% first. Increase means plus 10 and again increased by 10%. That means again increased by 10%. So it is a plus B. So in the middle there will be a plus 10 into 10 divided by 100. So as you know, these 0 get cancelled. So this 10 plus 10, 20 plus this 1, which is equals to 21. So this will get increased by the 21. So why some students are saying 121 or 20? Whoever are saying 20, I think so you forgot this, you take it as a 0. And whoever is saying 121, you are adding that 21 in the 100. But they are not asking you the what is the new price or what is the new article, new cost of the article. They are only asking that by what it is increased. Now only what are they saying exactly in the last? The increase in rupees. So what is the increase? Increase is only 21 rupees. That's it. In rupees, for that what can you say? That actually this is the increase by the 21%. So your price was initially 100 rupees and changed by the 21 rupees. That means 100 ka 21%. Because increase in rupees is what? 21% of 100. So which is equals to again 21. That means in the rupees value will be 21 rupees. Are you getting this what I wanted to say? It will be 121 now, but they are not asking you that what is the price now. They are only asking you that increase in rupees. So what is increased? Increased by 21 rupees only. Getting the difference? Okay, now can we go for the next question? Let's see the next question. Up to that, I am reading all your questions. Up to that, solve this one. And this is the question of the TIS 2021. What are they saying in the question number 4? Yeah. The percent increase in the area of a rectangle when each side is increased by a quarter of its length. Each side is increase, that means its length is also increasing and its breadth is also increasing. Are you getting this point? That means L and B both are increasing here. Both are increasing by the quarter. Quarter means what? Quarter of its length means what exactly? Quarter means what? 1/4. 1/4 means how many percentage in the ratio 1/4? This is a 25%. So if you sort by the 25%, then you will get the answer. Okay, you can directly take as you know quarter. Quarter means 1/4. 1/4. 1/4 means in the percentage 1/4 you can write it as a 25%. That means the length is increased by the 25%. Again, breadth is increased by the 25%. Plus this 25 into 25 divided by 100. So it will become 25, 25, 50. Plus this will become 625. 25 square is 625 divided by 100. That means 6.25. Here I am writing for your understanding purpose. 50 plus 6.25. So this will become 56.25 percentage increased. Increase because there is all here, there is a sign of a positive. So answer would be A, that is a 56.25. You solve by the 1.25 into 1.25, then again you are getting the same answer. Okay. Because for the area, what will be required? We will require the L into B for the rectangle. If you see that, actually this is not the valid reason, because at the time of square, again we took the two sides. So we cannot say like that, but this is the L and this is the B. So this L is increased by the 25% and B is also increasing by the 25%. Here, for this question, we can solve in many ways. Okay. This is the one way. Again, what are the ways to solve this question? I will show you here. Suppose now what we have to do, we know that the area of rectangle is equals to L into B, right? So as I don't know what is the initial L and what is the final L, right? So suppose initially L, initial and this is the final, suppose. Okay, this is L and this is B. If it is increased by the quarter, that means suppose initially it is 100, initial L is 100 and B is also 100. At that time, the final either means they are increasing by the quarter, that means increasing by the 25%. So new will becomes 125 and 125, right? So what is the initial area? Okay, I'm writing up to this. So what will be the initial area here? 100 into 100, that is a 4 times 0. And this will becomes, that will be more calculative, right? 12 into 13, it will be 144 plus 12, 156, I think something. Right? 156. So what is the increase in the area? The subtraction of this. That means that 15625 minus 10,000 divided by 10,000 into 100. So if you solve this, you will get that 5625 divided by this 20 cancel 100, which is equals to 56.25 increase. You can solve by this way also. Or else how can you solve? If you know the ratios method. Okay, I will explain you here. If you know the ratios method, that means it is increasing by the 1/4. Right? It is increasing by the 1/4 because it is a quarterly. Try to understand only by this. If you understand by this is the most easiest way. So if you understand, then that is also better. Or else that is, of course, this formula is always used, you can use. And as you know, 1/4, that means suppose initially and finally, okay, this is the same actually. So suppose initially length was a 4. Why 4? Because in the denominator, this is a 1/4. So if initially it was a 4, the new ratio will be increased by 1/4. That means it will increase by the 1. Are you getting my point? If the initially it was a 4 and it increased by the 1/4, that means the new length will becomes the 5 because it is increasing by the 1. If you are understanding this, then okay. If you are not, then please ask me. All the sides are increased simultaneously, but A is also increased by the 25%, and again B is also increased by the 25%, because length is increased by the 25%, and that is also breadth is also increasing by the 25%. As you know what, whenever it is a ratio, that means 1/4 quarterly, whatever I said, okay. I will show it here. Wait. Just try to understand this ratio method. I will explain here one most important point to you. 1/4 means 25%, right? That means suppose what we always say is that if this is the initial or original value, whatever in the denominator, we always consider it as the original value or initial value, right? So initial value we can say here, and this is the final. So suppose initial is a 4 for the length also and for the breadth also. Okay. So what is happening now? This length is increased by the quarter. That means 25%. So what is the value of 25%? So if you find out the fourth 25%, you will always get the answer whichever is in the numerator. Whenever we say the ratio, that means if you calculate 4 ka 25%, come on, find out what is the fourth 25%. 4 ka 25%, it will become 25 ones are 4, which is equals to 1. That means the 25% of a 4 is always 1. If I say, suppose in case instead of this, if the value was different, 25% is equals to 1/4. That 4 is the original. If I say, suppose, okay, if I say 2/5, what is the ratio of 2/5? 40%, right? This value. So if I say find out the 40% of 5, you will always get the answer as a 2. If I find out the 40%, I will always get the answer whatever in the numerator. That means 5 का 40% find out करके देखो, 40/100, it will becomes 2/5, 5 will get cancelled, 2. That means whatever in the numerator, that is always, if you find out this fourth 25%, you will always get the answer as a 1. That means here, if the initially it is a 4 and you have to find the final length and breadth, that means this length is increased by the 25%. That means it is increased by the 1. So initially if it was a 4, now it will becomes the 5. Getting this point? Similarly, the initially it was a 4, now it increased by the 25%. That means 4's 25%, which is always equals to 1. For this ratio, whatever we get, if you find out the percentage of the denominator with this percentage, you will always get the answer what is in the numerator. So this will becomes 5. That means initially what is the area? 16. Finally, the area is a 25. Why? Because L into B is the area, right? So initial area is a 16, final area is a 25. So at that time, can you find out this one? As you know, change in the area. Okay, this is only for the understanding purpose, as I know to directly, so, yeah. Directly इस क्वेश्चन में बताना actually confusion हो जाएगा, but at least try to understand. If you don't understand, then also okay. As you know that by formula you can solve this, okay. So as you know, initial area is a 16, final is a 25. So percent change will be final minus initial divided by initial into 100. As you know this formula, so it will become 9/16 into 100. And if you solve this 900/16, you will get the answer 56.25. But I know this will get more calculative, at least at this point for you. But this is the only way. Okay. So can we go for the next question now? Now let's see solve this question by the different ways. Okay. So first of all, as you know, when we don't know the sides, what we consider, the side of a square is equals to suppose 100. And what is the area? Area is equal to side square. Right? That means initial area will be side square, that is 100 square, which is equals to 10,000. Final area will becomes, as it is increased by the 10%. If you increase by the 10%, that means that side will becomes 110. Right? That means side square will becomes 12100, because for this side is 100. Now for this final side is a 110 because it is increased by the 10%. So final area is 12100. That means percent change in area, it will become final minus initial divided by initial into 100. So this will become this 2020 cancel and this will becomes 121, that is 210 double zero by 100, which is equals to 21%. So the increase in area will be 21%. Or the another way by the ratio, if you want to see by the ratio method, then also you can solve like this. What is the value here? 10%. 10% means what? 1 by 10. That means 10% will be 1. Means if initial side is equals to 10, then final side will be 10 ka 10% is increased. That means it is increased by 1. So final side is a 11. So this is a side. So what will be the area? Area will become 100 and 121. So percent change in area will becomes new minus final minus initial, which is 121 minus 100 divided by initial into 100. So this double zero cancel, 121 minus 100, it will becomes 21%. This is also the answer. Or else what can we do, as which formula we have seen up to this? Of course, that formula is applicable at this side also. Is it visible? That is a plus because both time we are increasing, right? That means both time is we are considering here two sides because we are using this formula. So a plus a, that means we have to consider here the 10 plus 10 plus 10 into 10 by 100. Actually, this is the most easiest way, I think so. Right? So this will become 21%. So your answer would be 21%. By any of the way you can find out. But for this, again, I have questioned that why I'm taking this 10 plus 10, because for the side, only one is the side. So only one is changing by the 10%. But still, in many of the books or many of the where I have seen in sometimes, many of times they have used this formula and it always follows for this question. That's why I cross-check by all these methods, as this will get followed. But why they are not taking that A and A, I'm not getting that one exactly. Because for the side, there are four sides and we are considering only one side square. So still they are considering A plus A square by 100. That means you will get the answer as a 21%. So now the next type where we have to see solve the relation between the two elements in terms of the percentage, where if you know that what is the basic here, if x% of y is equals to y%, x% of y is always equals to x% of y is always equals to y% of x. Do you know meaning of this? Exactly what are they wanted to say for this from this basic? So what is meaning of this? Suppose if I say that 80% of 40, or instead of 40 I will say something another, or 50, whatever it is. So if I say, so 50% of 80, because y is x is the 80 here, y is the 50 here, which is equals to 50% of 80. Because if you solve the both at the both time, you will get the answer that 80 into 100, 80 divided by 100 into 50, which is equals to 50 into 80 by 100. That means this equation says that x% of y is equals to y% of x. So from this equation, now tell me the answer for the next question. That is, question is in front of you. So tell me what will be the answer for this question. So from this equation, tell me that what should be the answer for the question in front of you. If A is equal to x% of y and B is equals to y% of x, then which of the following is true? Whether A will be smaller than B, A will be greater than B, or they are saying that relation cannot be determined, or they are saying that X is smaller than Y, then A is a greater. As on the board, I have written the equation. So as you know, what are they saying that A is equals to x% of Y and B is equals to y% of x. And on the board, you can see that both are equal. That means A is equals to B is the relation between A and B. So your answer would be none of these. Answer would be none of these. Because you cannot say A is a greater and smaller, it is impossible because you can see x% of y% of x. So whether x is a smaller than y or y is a smaller than x, it doesn't matter because both are xy percentage. That means both value will be equal. Are you getting this point? Okay, I will show you here by the numerical value. Okay. Suppose x value, you tell me that what should be the x value. Suppose x value is equals to 480. Or let's take suppose y value is a 270. I am taking it randomly. Okay, I don't know exactly what is the answer. Then suppose a is equals to x% of y. But for the understanding purpose, easy value was more easy actually. We should take the easy value. But let's see, no issue. A is equals to x% of y. That means 480% of 270. And b is equals to y% of x means 270% of 480. So if you solve this both one, okay, don't ask me that how did I take 480 and 470. I'm taking any random value. So if you solve for the A and B here, value of A will be 480 into 270 divided by 100. 480 by 100 into 270. And B's value will be 270 into 480 divided by 100. That means whatever after the solving, you will get the same values. Whatever the value should you can put at the place of x and y, you will always get the A is equals to B. If x% of y is equal to y% of x is there. And they won't ask you by using another value, but this is a conceptual question. So if they wanted to ask the question on this type of the question, on this type in the exam, they will directly ask you the question which is on the screen. Okay, they won't ask you by the value because this is the conceptual question. So this question is the most important at that time. A is equals to B. Always remember because x and y, whatever the value, it doesn't matter. Okay, understood now? Yeah, it's same by the numerical value. You can put any of the value. It does not matter. So answer would be always A is equals to B. Okay. Now let's go for the next question. So this is a different question now. So what was the answer for this question? I think so you have already solved this. 80% of A is equals to 50% of B. Then they are asking you that B is equal to x% of A. That means you wanted to find out the B's value in percent in terms of A. So can you find out by this way itself? So B is equals to, that means I'm just writing for the understanding purpose, or you can see this 80% will get cancelled. That means 80 divided by 50, A is equals to B. You can say like this. So you want that how what percent of the A. So B is equals to 8 by 5 in the percentage. That means of course into 100 of A. So what is the value here? It will becomes 160. That means 160% of A is equals to B. Now let's go for the next question. Now can you solve this one? What are they saying? 20% of A is equals to 50% of B. And now they are asking that what percent of A, that means x% can I take for what x? X% of A is equals to B. And you have to ask for the x. You have to find the x. Similar question. So from this, what can you say? A in the A, what can you keep here? Put the value. This percent will get cancelled. Off will get cancelled. Sorry. 0 will get cancelled. That means B is equals to 2 by 5A. Right? This B is equals to 2 by 5 of A. You can say, but you want this in the percentage. That means 2 by 5 into 100, which is equals to 40. So your answer would be 40%. It might be A is equals to 5 by 2B. But if you put this value instead of this, suppose x%, that means x by 100, or in the place of A, if you put 5 by 2B is equals to B, BB will get cancelled. You can solve by this one also. So x will become this 200 by 5, which is equals to 40%. You can write like this also. Okay, you can write like this one also. It is not necessary to write the like only like this. If you wanted to write a is equals to pi by 2b, then also it is possible. Because necessary is to find out the value of x. So you can put any of the value. Okay, either put a in the term of b or either put b in the term of a. Is it clear to everyone? Is there anyone have problem with this? Because questions we will get in the quiz directly in the Wire app. So that's all for today. I hope all of you have understood this all. We will see in the next session. Take care. Bye bye. Stay safe.